thank you so much for granting us audience this morning, particularly His Majesty, and want to use this opportunity to congratulate him for his 25th silver celebration and all the great work that he started doing already, and also to thank him for granting us audience. November last year, MTN paid a courtesy call on His Majesty with its CEO then, now who's left Ghana, Seloma Dadifo. And I came with a colleague from Rwanda. And upon deliberations, Ohene asked who he was, he mentioned, and Otumfuo did mention. He's heard so much about Rwanda. Not knowing my colleague also took it as a serious point. So when he also went back to Accra, he engaged Her Excellency, the ambassador, about the discussion he had come here and how excited he was to hear this from Otumfuo. So based on that, we did contact the Secretariat and we're booked today to come in and then have some discussions with him. So at this point, I'll kindly hand over to Her Excellency Rosemary to continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my sister, for this good work she has done. She's already become a Rwandan ambassador. Thank you so much. We are so delighted to be here. Your Majesty, thank you very much for finding time to meet with us. I've been in Accra for the last 6 months. I joined the High Commission in October last year, and one of the agenda was to visit Kumasi and especially meet with His Majesty. And it was an answer prayer when Norman came and we met and he talked about the visit here. So that's where the discussion started from, and we're so grateful for the good connection that you've created. I'm joined by the second counselor from the embassy, Mr. Teofil Urangwa. I'm also joined by our communication. He's there, Evans Mensah. He's from our High Commission. We are so delighted to be here, and thank you very much for finding time to meet with us amidst your busy schedules, Your Majesty. And the purpose of our visit was to pay a courtesy call and to thank you for the good work you're doing for the community. We've had a lot. We've learned in the history when we were still young, and we are so happy to be here to see the history in the making. You've been doing an amazing job. We've heard about it. But also we thank you for and congratulate you for the 25th anniversary of installment, and we are so happy to be here to build the bridges between Rwanda and Ghana. There's a lot that we have learned from Ghana, especially during the time of colonization, and especially the times when there was liberation of African independence. So Rwanda got independence in 1961, after 57 when the line started from Ghana. And also we had an encounter with the Ghanaian contingent in 1994 when there was genocide against Tutsi, and it was only the Ghanaian contingent that stayed with us when the UN had withdrawn their armies and their people to leave Rwanda, and Ghanaian contingent stayed. So Ghana stayed with us, including some few countries like Czech Republic and also Nigeria. They were also stood with us. 30 years later, we are here as a country, and we are trying to develop our country and doing our best to empower our communities and our people. And we're here to celebrate the achievements that you have already achieved, Your Excellency, Your Majesty. And above all, we've come here to invite you, Your Majesty, we are going to be commemorating 30 years of genocide against Tutsi in Ghana, in Accra, and from 7th of April, that's when the whole world joined Rwanda. And 7th of April was earmarked by the UN and African Union as a day of reflection for the genocide that happened in Rwanda, genocide against the Tutsi. And for us in Ghana, we're going to be commemorating on 24th of May, and we're looking forward to have His Majesty join us. If it is possible, we will be honored to be with you. Secondly, also, we want to invite you in Rwanda. We have a campaign that says Visit Rwanda. We are happy to receive you in Rwanda, particularly in this period we'll be into elections, but particularly looking at September, if possible. We have a conservation program that is conserving the mountain gorilla. The mountain gorillas are rare species that are endangered in the whole world. And we have now in the world 1,600 in Rwanda in the mountains. So we would be happy. We do a gorilla naming ceremony, like all African young ones are named, given name. names, and in Rwanda we do mountain gorilla naming for the young ones that are born over a period of a year. So we last celebrated and named them in September 2023, and this time we're going to do the same in September 2024. And we'll be honored to have you join us in Rwanda to name the gorillas, but also to visit the whole country. It is one of the safest countries to live in. It is the cleanest city in Rwanda. We are also empowering women and young women. 61% of our members of parliament are women, and also 50% of our cabinet are women. And in the judicial, we have 40%, but coming from 5%. Now we have 40% of women. They're taking charge of the lead of our country. So with those few remarks, Your Majesty, would be glad to have you in Rwanda, and we're so grateful for the good work you're doing. We have 20 students from Rwanda studying from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and they're studying sciences, especially medicine and pharmacy. We have more than 20 in Aseshi University. We have also at SOS, and we also have others in Tamale as well who are doing PhD. So we have a number of them in the country, and we're so grateful to this partnership that is already existing between our two countries. I thank you very much, Your Majesty.
Excellency brought some gifts for the chief, and for this painting she wants to give a little background to the painting, so she made it. Thank you.
So I am familiar.
It is a picture that an artwork that came from Rwanda, with Rwanda. We have Rwanda, it flies 4 times a week. So this is an artwork that shows Rwanda. This is how it looks like. And mostly the cows. The cows are symbolic in our culture. It symbolizes life. It symbolizes heritage. It symbolizes productivity, because our children drink milk so that they don't have stunting. It symbolizes productivity, because from its cow dung we also put in manure in the farms, and increases productivity. It's like fertilizer. So it has a lot of meaning, especially in our kingdom. When we're greeting each other, we say Jiringa. It means have a cow. It's a kind of greeting, but also bringing back from our homegrown solutions. When we did a lot of things that we were digging back from our culture, including gachacha courts that you heard about, that we are using to solve the issues of justice for people who perpetrated genocide against Tutsi. And also another kind of homegrown solution is to give a cow to every family. So the president of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, also started a program called Jiringa, which is embedded in our culture, that gives every family a cow, especially vulnerable communities, so that they can have a cow, which is a symbol of productivity, a symbol of prosperity. When you have a cow, you're wealthy. So we wish you health and wealth in the kingdom. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Turn it like this. Thank you. Joe. Joe.
This time not MTN, but a member of the Rwandan
Yes.
delegation. Excellency, thank you very much for this courtesy call. I recall when they visited with MTN, and the leader was also from Rwanda.
Joe.
I've heard and read so much about Rwanda in terms of your leader and the president and the way he's brought the country back after 1994 to date.
Joe.
And also when I hear about the developments there, it gives me great joy that an African country has been very resilient to be able to redevelop and be on its feet.
Joe.
So yes, I express to say that because of that keen interest, I will wish one day to visit Rwanda to see what's happening.
Joe.
I thank you for coming today also to wish us a happy anniversary. Yes, 25 years have gone through in terms terms of leading my people and to help develop them and then Ghana. In 25 years of integrity and then being very honest with our people and then fashioning ideas that carry them on to build together.
Yo.
Therefore, I've survived the 25 years with their love and affection and integrity and support. That's what we will continue to do. Leadership is all about having the vision and carrying the people along to achieve the vision. And that's what we've done for all these years. And that's what I see in your president also, who had the vision to say that he fought through the war and came back. And after having won, decided that this is where I want our country to be, this is where I want this country must develop in this certain way. And that's what is happening now. Hence my admiration for that leader. And therefore, I thank you, and we wish that most of Africa would emulate what is happening in Rwanda, to be able to use that as a yardstick to measure in terms of stability and development in our countries. I pray also that we will treat together once we are here in Rwanda and Ghana, because we are still not, the South-South cooperation is still not being effectively being done as I wish it could be. Unfortunately, we have after here, African continental trade and all that. That also must be a weapon that Africa can use to be able to deliver and then build our economies together. What I see is that if we don't do that, and we are all important, instead of sharing ideas together and then sharing our development ideas together, trading together to boost our own economies, we would always be dependent on the foreign economies for our country to survive, which is not healthy for us. We end up then going out to borrow money from IMF and others. But we have an abundant amount of resources in Africa that we can use. But if you look at Congo, for example, they can produce electricity for the whole of Africa. Why are we not able to do that? The resources we have in Africa, Ghana, everywhere. Why are we not leveraging them out to be able to use to inure to the benefit of the people? These are some of the things. We have trained engineers and all those things here everywhere. Why are we not creating employment for each other in terms of secondary people from there, like the students that are coming here? They are benefiting from Ghana. Ghana also stands to benefit from Rwanda in a way that all of us will benefit from each other. So this is how during your time I wish that the collaboration between Rwanda and Ghana will build up, and that's how I wish for the whole of Africa, for us to collaborate together as brothers and sisters to develop our nations together. So I thank you very much for this visit, but I'm sure that will be a step further for us to build the relations between us and Rwanda. And I thank you for the extension of the invitation also. On May 24th, I'll be here. I think I'm going through this anniversary and I don't know what they've planned. That might hinder me from coming around that time. But then we would then look at September also, because it should also be an opportunity for us to visit Rwanda and then also see and build up the collaboration that we all want to build together. So I'm sure when I'm able to visit, it gives us the opportunity to share ideas together and see what best can be done to bring our two peoples together. So I thank you very much for this courtesy visit, and I thank you very much also, Councillor, and then my dear wife also, thank you for coming.
I want to say thank you to Otumfuo for the wise counsel and the nuggets of gold he shared with us. And we can only look forward to greater collaboration between the Asantehene and also Rwanda as a whole. Thank you, and with this permission, we kindly want to have a photo opportunity with him and then we can leave. Thank you.
I'm sure when I'm